Hey you guys, it's Anne Marie. So let me make sure it's recording because the last two videos weren't recording and it showed that it was recording. And then when I looked down again, it wasn't. And I don't like continually looking at the phone. But anyway, so I don't know about the other video. So here's just a little trigger warning just in case the other video didn't post. Today, when I was at my first job, I don't start my other job until Monday. When I was at my first job today, there was a shooting. Not at my place, but not even half a block down, a major corner in the city. And there was a shooting, and a guy on a bicycle shot somebody, trigger warning, in the face 5 times. In the face 5 times. Now here's the thing. One of the gentlemen from there's a lot of community agencies on that block, on that corner, right? And they all shut down and sent their employees home because they didn't catch the guy. They didn't know what was going on. And so, of course, we stayed open. Homelessness doesn't stop. People still need to eat and get services. So we just locked the doors and let people in as they were coming in, or as they were at the door. But one of the guys came down and he had it all on video. The after effects, because he ducked down. And he was telling us for the longest time that they have reached out to the public transportation department, or, the company that does public transportation, and letting them know that at that bus stop there's always drama. There's people like doing hard drugs, drinking. There's always fights. It's never people waiting for the bus. And a lot of times people who are waiting for the bus have a hard time getting the transportation because it's really intense on these blocks, right? Because there's a lot of agencies there. And so they've been asking for like the public transportation police or transit authority, whatever you call them, to come and give help and to police the area more, to give them assistance because something was going to happen. And so he said today, well, I bet you they're going to come now. And so I've been thinking a lot about that, and I know this is it's a stretch here for this comparison, but just and the guy's in critical condition as of right now. It not even happened, not even an hour or two ago, so about 2 hours ago, if that. So luckily he's surviving so far, but he's in critical condition, obviously, God, it was horrific to see. It was horrific to see this. There's just the blood was just everywhere. But anyway, I don't want to traumatize anybody. And so I was thinking about all the times that Spirit has given us signs that things were not good for us, right? I'm not saying that there were signs here, but there was, people were calling out for help, trying to get help for this situation. So it's reminded me of how Spirit works. And how Spirit, your team, or whatever it is, your ancestors, whatever you believe in, the divine light, will give you nudges, or give you signs, or give you that little pit in your stomach that tells you something's not meant for you. And time again, some of us have learned a lesson now. Time and time again, we don't listen to it because a lot of times our intuition doesn't make sense. Our intuition is incongruent, or it counteracts what we think we know about a person, a place, a situation, right? We're going to sit with our best friend here. And so a lot of times we won't listen to our intuition. And as I said it before, and I'll keep saying it, the more we trust our intuition, no matter how crazy it sounds, the more we listen to it, the stronger it becomes, and the less we will doubt it. There were so many times my intuition and Spirit were saying, do not go and do this. Do not go hang out with these people. Do not interact with them. Do not answer that phone call. And it took some time for me to get it. And a lot of times I had to follow it. When I started to follow it, then the proof and the truth, which Spirit was always telling me the truth and telling me the truth, came afterwards. And that's how we kind of build our intuition sometimes. This is just my experiences. There were a vast amount of times that my intuition and Spirit was telling me the shit my family and friends were doing. what was happening around me. And I had cognitive dissonance. And cognitive dissonance, I mean, a lot of people know, but if you don't know, it's like all the facts and all the truth is in front of you, but you still won't believe in it, won't believe it. It's a form of self-defense, or being defensive or whatever. But anyway, and the cognitive dissonance in it, right? Like, oh, I'm just not going to believe it. And Spirit kept telling me and telling me and telling me not to fuck with certain individuals, not to be around certain people. And it didn't make sense to me. Because in my mind, I'm like, well, they're my friend, blah, blah, blah. Or they're my family. Or they're this person in my life. Like, they would never do me dirty. They would never. And every time, I got burnt. And I didn't always recognize the culprit of being burnt, where it started from. So the more I started listening to my intuition, even I don't care what it was. There's a lot of events I didn't go to, a lot of things I didn't do, a lot of people I didn't have conversations with, a lot of things I just cut the fuck off. Because Spirit was like, you need to cut this off now. Keep testing the waters, Maria. Just like when I was being poisoned. Just like all the lies my family's been telling about me. This fucking narrative about me and all these... just a bunch of bullshit, you know? And the more I followed it, then the proof came. The dream came. Confirmation came. I literally, and I've said this before to people, if you really want to know, ask Spirit directly. Show me the signs tonight as I sleep. Give me a message. Show me a message with a bird flying over my head, or whatever it is for you. And make sure you have the connections with these things. You can't just like willy-nilly. Well, maybe you can. I'm not going to tell anybody what they can and can't do. But because I have certain connections and certain things, I'd say, okay, Spirit, I'd be trying to get funny. I want to see a bird fly over my head and land in front of me to give me the confirmation that this is not meant for me. And then it happened. Shit. Well, that's not a coincidence. There's somebody who's not following their intuition about a situation. And Spirit is like, it's like a red flag, red flag, red flag. And someone just has cognitive dissonance about something they just don't want to believe about a situation or a person. And it's going to cause major upheaval in your life if you don't follow that. I know this is really general, but there's a reason why I wanted to record this message, is that there's someone who's like really ignoring these red flags, really ignoring your gut, really ignoring what Spirit's trying to show you about a situation or a person. And it's going to be detrimental to your fucking health, to your soul and your spirit. And that's not what Spirit wants for you. Doesn't matter how kooky it sounds or how weird it seems. If you get a feeling of not to leave your house, don't do it. If Spirit says, if you have a feeling, you know what, I shouldn't take this route to work, even if it's going to take you an extra 15 minutes and you may be late, do it. Because I guarantee you, the more you follow it, the more confirmations you'll get and the stronger it will become. It will become so strong you won't even question it. And that's how I am now. Like, what? You said this? Okay. That's what we're doing. And there's not a human on this face of this earth that will falter or make me think otherwise than what my intuition tells me now. Because it's never been wrong. Once I start listening to it and developing it. So I hope this message has helped somebody. I don't know. I'm sure it's maybe just a reminder for people. And to look at, what are you avoiding by not listening to your intuition? What's on the other side of that? What are you afraid of? The truth? Are you afraid of being right about someone? We all have seen things in people that weren't there and desired things in people that they just weren't or wanted them to be, or situations or jobs, and that disappointed us. You're not alone. It's happened to everybody. Don't get on yourself about it. Start recognizing the signs and listening to your intuition now. Start moving forward now. But pay attention when Spirit is trying to tell you not to go somewhere, not to fuck with somebody, not to engage in something. Doesn't matter the magnitude of it or how small it is. Spirit's trying to save some people's lives here. I hope you're healthy and happy, full of joy. May you love and be loved. Heal. Don't harm.